Hi, my name is Charles Beckman, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer here at Sun Learning Services. In Sun Learning Services, we cover what we call the CPEC audience worldwide. So that's our customers that we sell training to. It's the partners, or our channel as it were, those that sell our services and servers, and as well as our worldwide employees. And then another category, audience that we call communities. And that really is the developer community that works on our Java brand and our Solaris brand and all our open source projects. So one of the problems that I want to talk to you about today, or one of the opportunities that I get to talk to you about today, is what we call the new hire experience. And one of the problems that we had at Sun is that the average age of the Sun employee is 42 years old. Yet in FY07, almost 100% of the employees we hired are what we call net genners. Now, net genners are those people in that generation that was born after 1982. So, of course, you can understand that I'm not a native net genner. I'm what you call an immigrant to that group of people. But we have to start thinking about how do we provide an experience, and how do we provide an infrastructure that as we bring on board these new net genners, that they can build and work and live in a world and collaborate, socialize, build bonds, and build loyalty to the company in ways that are meaningful to them. So we have what we call the collaborative learning environment. The collaborative learning environment is really an environment that really starts with attention, moves to motivation, gets them participating, and then works on their retention. So how do we do that? The first thing that we do is we focus on getting their attention. So we develop a site that works on having very high quality graphics, that works on the normal heat map of where the eyes work to draw in their interest. We have the sense of motion in here. So immediately the site draws in the attention of the people that are coming to the site. I'd ask you to contrast that with the typical static type of web page site that we might see that just simply is not the type that draws the attention of the net genner. And what's really interesting about the site, and if you are online right where you're viewing this video, you can actually go to learning.sun.com New Hire, and the site is actually publicly out there. Because one of the things that we wanted to do was both at the same time build an infrastructure for retaining our net genners and building loyalty to our company. We also wanted to use the site to attract net genners to our company, to help them understand our vision and our strategies and what our values are, and really most of all for them to see the investment we're making in helping to understand the way that they interact with the world and the experience that they're used to. So in order for retention, what we do is we actually have a retention path within the site that actually takes them from day one orientation all the way up through day 60. And in this retention site, as they interact with their other colleagues, as they follow the learning path of what they need to learn and what they need to do and how they find their way around the company, they're able to share with their colleagues and begin creating social networking through the site, posting comments of how they found things or how they got around doing something or the frustrations they might have. And they immediately start building connections with each other because they're all of the same generation. They're all coming in at the same time. And we find that the fabric, the social fabric and productivity rapidly starts going up as they start sharing. So that's that part of participation that we talk about in the collaborative learning environment. So we want to provide an environment where they can comment, they can relate to each other, that they can share information, that they can post their own content, that they can comment on each other's content, that they can tag with tags that are meaningful to them so that they can aggregate content together. And they can help each other find their way around this whole new environment. And what's really interesting is that style of interaction is something that they're very familiar with as net genners, because they're native to that world to collaborate and socially interact with one another and create those bonds through through online such as that. The immigrants such as myself, it's not a natural native thing. It's something that I have come to know and to learn and to enjoy, and also to benefit and leverage in my own life. But in this group of people, the net genners that we brought in, it's native to them. So it really builds a lot of loyalty to the company when they see that we get their native environment and we make ways for them to be involved natively as they're used to. We also have, for motivation, a couple of games that are listed on that site. One is a much simpler game for somebody who's not a game player that can get through the game pretty easily. And then we have one that's much more geared towards the hardcore game player, called The Rise of the Shadow Specters. You can actually go to this site yourself and try the game out. And as they play the game with each other, and as they play the game is all about teaching the values and the vision and the strategy, and helping them learn more about the company as they go through the game. So it becomes really exciting for them in their native environment, arcade style, to learn about the strategy, learn about the vision, learn about the values, learn about the value proposition that Sun offers and the things that we're doing in the world. And we actually have leaderboards, and so they can compete to see who has the highest scores, and we give out prizes every month to whoever's on the leaderboard. So we build this spirit of community and this social network between these new net genners that has turned out to be it's a very exciting thing.